Welcome to the NFL Wildcard Playoff Edition. My name is Abby. This is for Friday, January the 9th, a day or two before the NFL playoff games begin, the Wildcard Edition. Again, we have about 6 games to go over with you. Again, 2 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday, and then 1 game on Monday. So 6 games altogether. The odds are courtesy of on the front end. Covers.com, line moves, totals, and the injury report. That's covers.com. Again, this gives you the latest, like I mentioned, line moves, totals, and the injury report. And on the back end, as I mentioned many times, this is oddslogic.com. More extensive look at the line moves, totals, and the injury report. That's oddslogic.com. And again, it's a game changer. It'll be in the description below, oddslogic.com. We cover all professional sports leagues, as you know by now. So we'll have that in the description below, oddslogic.com. Again, we're going to go over the games now. The first game we're going to look at here, it will be the Rams at the Carolina Panthers. This is game number 1. We'll take a look at that now here. This one opened up at minus 10.5, total 46, totals at 46. So since then, it's come down to 45.5, pretty much 45.5. Majority of the books. We're seeing some 46s, but majority 45.5. The line hasn't moved that much. It's still 10.5. Doesn't move at all. Still is 10.5, as you can see. There's no real move on the line. There is a client play that I have for this game. I have a client play for this game for $7. Again, it's at sportsmembo.com. I'll get some more detail for that later. And I will give you a recommended play for this game as well. All right, so we'll get into this game now. And before we get into that, we'll check the injury report for this game. We'll see the notables, who's basically in and out of the lineup for this game. So we'll take a look at that now. We'll take a look at my Carolina side first. Panthers, David Moore, wide receiver, has an elbow injury. He's questionable to play Saturday versus the Rams. Robert Hunt, right tackle, undisclosed, questionable to play Saturday versus the Rams. Claudine Chirless, linebacker, has ankle issues. He's also questionable to play Saturday. Those are short list of injuries, not too much injuries for Carolina. Meanwhile, for the L.A Rams, Sean Dolick, linebacker, is out for the season. Quentin Lake, safety, had an Achilles, but he has been upgraded. He will be available Saturday at Carolina. Devontae Adams is dealing with a hamstring issue, but he will be playing Saturday at Carolina. Josh Wallace, cornerback, questionable to play this Saturday, has ankle issues. Also questionable, Terrence Ferguson, tight end, has a hamstring issue. He's also questionable. And Kevin Dotson, offensive lineman, is also questionable with an ankle issue. So that's it for both sides for the injury report. So now we're going to get into where the public and chips are for this game. Then I'll give you my recommended play for this game. So the public is all over. Let's give me a moment. See that again. Public all over the Rams. This is a revenge spot for the Rams. So they're all over the Rams, and they're on the under this game. So the Rams are the under. And I agree with the under. I agree with the public on the under. That's my recommended play. The forecast for tomorrow, they're saying it's going to be a lot of rain. By game 10 or an hour after game 10, there'll be a lot of rain in the forecast. So I look for it. It's going to be a time of possession kind of game. The Rams in Carolina, a time of possession kind of game. So we're going to see a lot of running of the football. Both teams are going to try and run the football, establish the run in the rain. So that's the forecast for tomorrow. A lot of rain tomorrow, heavy rain. That's what they're calling for in this game tomorrow. So I like the under. See a lot of running in this game, ball control. That's the way I look at this game. You'll see some passes here and there, but mainly a lot of running, especially as you get further into the game. More running of the ball. That's what I see here. That's why I like the under. And for the rain in the forecast, I like the under here. So that's going to be my play, 45 and a half. It was at 46, like I said, 46 and a half. Went down 45 and a half. And so weather's going to be a big factor this week, in my opinion. So that's my play on that. Like I mentioned before, I have a $7. We have $7 Fridays. I have a $7 play on this game. It's a client play for $7. Go to sportsmobile.com, add sports picks for this play if you want the client play for $7. So you can check that play out. Have that tomorrow. But we will get to the player props in this game. We have some player props we're going to go over with you here. The recommended player props that I would suggest. So let's take a look at that now. For the player props. We'll start with passing props. Let's see. I don't see anything here for the passing props. Nothing worthwhile. Receiving props, I'm going to look at. I'm going to take a look at Tyler Higbee over 2.5 receptions for the Rams. I like Tyler Higbee. I also like. That's it for the Rams. I don't see anything else that stands out. Carolina. I would look at Rico Dowell over 2.5 receptions. I like him catching balls out of the backfield. Just to simplify the game for Bryce Young, I expect him to look for Rico Dowell in this game. So I do like the 2.5. I would take that. That's all I have for this one. For the receptions, I don't have anything else. Yeah, it's receptions. Receiving yards, I'm going to go with here. Jalen Coker over 35.5 receptions. I like him there. That's a pretty good number. Or should I say 35.5 receiving yards. I like him in that spot. So even though he may not get over 3.5 receptions, I like the receiving yards better. I like that one there. For Carolina, for the Rams, I would look at Tyler Higbee over 23.5 receptions. I'm sorry, we're 23.5 receiving yards. Excuse me, we're 23.5 receiving yards. Both over 35.5 receiving yards. Yeah, I like those ones. I like those two. Those ones stand out to me. Rushing yards, I'm going to say. Since it's going to be a run-oriented game with a lot of runs, I look for Rico Dowell to get a lot of touches. So I'll say over 12.5 rushing attempts. I'm going to go with that. And I'm also going to take Kyron Williams over 14.5 rushing attempts. Like I mentioned before, a lot of the forecast for tomorrow, especially as the game goes along, you're going to see more runs, ball control, time of possession. So I expect those rush attempts to hit. Kyron Williams over 14.5 rush attempts. Rico Dowell over 12.5 rush attempts. I like both of those. Those ones stand to me. And that's it for this one. Nothing else to add here. That's it for this game. So I give you the props for this one. I give you a recommended play on the total. Like I mentioned, I have a $7 play on this one. $7. Go to sportsmobile.com, add these sports picks. For $7, you can get my client play for this game. Rams the Cardinals. I have a $7 play. Check it out. It will be available until midnight tonight. So get on board and take advantage of that $7 play if you're interested in the client play for this game. All right, so the next game we're going to look at here is the Green Bay and Chicago. I also have a client play for this game, but it's not the $7. It's not for the $7 deal. It's another client play that I have, part of the Weekend Warrior Pass. but I will give you a recommended pick for this game. But there's a coin pick for this one. I'll have up and available today, late today or tomorrow. But we'll get into this game now. So this one here. Green Bay opened up pick'em as a pick'em. They're 46.5. Now we're looking at Green Bay. We're seeing 1.5 right across the board, and we are seeing the total down to 44.5. So we're seeing right now. Nothing's really changed, so 44.5. You are seeing. I saw 145, but it's really 44.5 right across the board. Take a look at the injury report for this game. That's Green Bay, Chicago. First, we'll take a look at the Bears, the Chicago Bears here. We have Rome Odunze, wide receiver, had foot issues, but he has been upgraded to being available for this important game tomorrow at home. So he will be playing. Had foot issues the last few weeks, but he's going to play. Joe Tron has a concussion, defensive end for Chicago. So he's 50-50, questionable to play. Those are the notables for the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. We do have Dante Byron Wicks, concussion, wide receiver. He's 50-50 to play this one. We also have Savion Williams. He has a foot issue. So he is also questionable to play this Saturday. He is 50-50. Again, Donovan Jennings, guard, has throat issues. He's 50-50, questionable to play Saturday in this game. Jordan Love was dealing with some concussions, but he will be available for this crucial game on Saturday. He will be playing this Saturday at this game. That's it for the injury report for this game. Just to report. So we are going to take a look now where the public and sharps are for this game. That's Green Bay and Chicago. Public is split on this game, so it's 50-50, bit of resistance on the side. However, for the total, we are looking at mainly under money in this game. Chicago and Green Bay. So I'm going to give you my take on this one. So as you know, both teams played twice. Both teams played twice in the series. And the first game was December 7th at Green Bay. Packers won the first meeting 28-21. Over the total, 43.5. The next game was December 20th in Chicago. Bears won in overtime, 22-16. They went under 44.5. So both teams are even at 1-1. Now, third and final meeting here, 44.5 is the total. Instead of the Bears being favored, Green Bay's favored down by 1 or 1.5. We're seeing 1.5 right now, but maybe 1.5. So for me in this game, let's see the weather for tomorrow. I know it's raining in Carolina. It might be raining in Chicago for the Bears game. I'm going to take a look at that now. Let's see. Tomorrow's game is Saturday. Let's take a look at the weather. It's going to be very important. Well, the good news is it's not going to be any rain. It's going to be in the evening, 8 about 8 o'clock Eastern, so no rain tomorrow in the forecast. Although in the morning, it's going to be wet snow in the morning. But it won't affect the game at the time. That's not going to be a factor. I'm going to take, I believe we're going to get I think we're going to get a carbon copy. Actually, let me see some more. Let's take a look here for a minute. I'm going to look at the over in this game. I'm going to say over 44 and a half. I'm going to go with the over 44 and a half. That's what I'm going to go with here. Again, the over under the totals have been flip flopping back and forth. So I like the over here. If you believe in the zigzag theory, so the zigzag theory has this game for me the over 44 and a half. I think this game will open up a little bit more. The offenses are going to open up a little bit more, and just like in the second meeting, it was a bit of a chess match. A bit of a chess match in the second meeting. I think the third game opens up a little bit more. It'll be kind of like the first meeting when they first played early last month. It'll be kind of like that, in my opinion. I'm going to look at it that way. A bit more of the offenses opening up on both sides. Both teams know each other pretty well. There's no mystery, no gimmicks, no trickery, nothing like that. So that's another reason why I like the over. Both teams are familiar with each other's defenses. So I look for this game to open up a little bit more than the last meeting. So give me the over 44 and a half. I like the over here. I know the public. I'm going to see for a moment. Let's take another look at this. I know the public is on the under. There's a lot of under money, but there's over money at the beginning. But then all of a sudden, a lot of under money is pouring in. I'm going to disagree with that. Like I said, I'm going to go with the over this one. Like I said, both teams are familiar with each other. They know each other pretty well. They know each other's tendencies and defenses pretty well. So I think both quarterbacks should be able to have success against the opponent's defense. So I see a bit of an over here. I'm going to go with the over 44 and a half. That's my play on that. Now, from the total, we're going to go to the player props here. So player props here, we're going to take a look at, see what stands out. I'm going to take Caleb Williams over 18 and a half pass completions. I like Caleb Williams. He had a lot of success in the last game when they played last month. So Caleb Williams, he did go, let's see, 19 to 34. So he completed 19 completions out of 34 pass attempts. So I think he hits this number again. I think he'll have the same success again in this game. So I like Caleb Williams here over 18 and a half pass completions. I think he's going to have the same success. So give me that. I like that there. I like him in that spot for the passing yards. Nothing on the TD for Caleb Williams. I just like the pass completions over 18 and a half. We'll go with that. Receiving props. We're gonna do. We'll do the receptions first. So, on the Green Bay side, I would recommend Christian Watson over 3.5 receptions. I would look at Romeo Doubs over 2.5 receptions. Those ones stand up to me. On the Chicago side, I would look at Colston Loveland over 3.5 receptions. I like that one. I also like Luther Burton III over 3.5 receptions. Those ones are good. That's it. Now for the receiving yards, I would look at receiving yards. Colston Loveland over 46.5 receiving yards. On the Green Bay side, I would look at Jalen Reed over 35.5 receiving yards. Chicago side, I would look at let's see. DJ Moore over 26.5 receiving yards. So I like DJ Moore for the receiving yards instead of receptions. I would take him there. That's my preferred play. So those are the ones that stand out to me for this game. Win Taki off of Christian Watson's, and that's a pretty popular one. Over 53.5 receiving yards. Christian Watson, Win Taki off of that. But I'm personally not going to touch that. I prefer Romeo Dubs. Romeo Dubs over 30.5 receiving yards. I prefer that one. So that's it for the player props. Rushing yards. We'll say rush attempts. Packers will feed Josh Jacobs the ball a lot. So I like Josh Jacobs over 18.5 rush attempts. I think he can hit that. Chicago side, I like Kyle Monange over 10.5 rush attempts. I like those two. Rushing yards, I would say Kyle Monaghan over 43.5 rushing yards. Look at Caleb Williams over 21.5 rushing yards as well. Going to use his legs. Break down defenses with his mobility. So I like those two there. Green Bay side, I like. Nothing on the Packers side for rushing. Obviously, that's my case for that. Like I said, there's going to be a client play for the Green Bay Chicago game. Will be out late tonight or early tomorrow. So look out for that. Client play on that. It won't be on the $7 package, but there's going to be I have a client play for another package on this game. So take a look. Just be on the lookout for that. So next game we're going to look at here. We're going to look at the Buffalo Jacksonville game here. So this one here opened up at, you're going to see -1. So Buffalo -1, total 51.5. Now we're seeing going up to 1.5. Now some books do have 1. We're still stuck at 1. Yeah, we're mainly stuck at 1 right now, but mainly we're seeing a 1.5 here, but mainly 1s right now. And for the total, it's open up at 51.5. Total hasn't really moved. It's still at 51.5. It hasn't moved at all. So now we're going to get to the injury report for injuries. We'll check that out now. We're going to look at the Buffalo side for those. Pretty much, yeah, we'll take a look at that now. Only 2 notables here. So Joey Bosa, defensive end with a hamstring. He's 50-50 on Sunday, questionable. And Terrell Bernard, left, there's a linebacker, has calf issues. He's questionable 50-50 to be playing this Sunday. So that's it for that. Now, for the Jacksonville side, Patrick McCarry, offensive lineman, has back issues. He is questionable to play Sunday this game. So that's pretty much it for the injury report. And we're going to tell you where the public and sharps are for this game. We'll take a look at that now. Public and sharps. Take a look at it here. So there's a bit of resistance on the side. Maybe Chicago, a bit of resistance on the side. However, on the total, we're seeing another under in this game. They like the under. But like I said, actually, hold on. I looked at the wrong one. Sorry about that, guys. I looked at the wrong thing. We got to pull it up again. So we're seeing here. So so we cleared this up. So we're seeing here Jacksonville money is all Jaguar money coming in right now. So public all over Jacksonville, and the public is on the over. Jacksonville the over this one. There is a client play for this game as well. For me in this game, let's see here. This game's on Sunday. And I agree. I like the over in this game. I think we're going to see a lot of offense. We're going to see a lot of offense in this game. I do like the over 51.5. I think the over is the best. The over is the best course of action in this game. Let's see the weather for this game on Sunday in Jacksonville. It seems like over is the play in this one. Actually, it'll be raining on Sunday. Sunday's a bit of rain. 18 degrees and rain in Jacksonville. But you see, it's not going to be that heavy. It's only a 40% chance of rain. And it won't be that heavy. It's not like the kind of rain that they're going to get in Carolina. Carolina's like I think 80 or 90% chance of rain in Carolina. So that's more likely to happen. The one in Jacksonville for the rain is 50-50. So, and if it does rain, it's like 1 millimeter. So, I mean, not too bad. I still like the over in this one. I'm still going to bet the over. I like the over here. Despite a 40% chance of rain on Sunday. I think we're going to see an offensive show with, between Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence. We're going to see an offensive showing. A lot of scores, a lot of scoring. Seems like in this game, the last person with the ball wins the game. The last person to touch the ball wins. Or the last team to have it on offense wins the game. So I like the over here, 51.5. I know there's not a lot of movement on the game right now, but I think we're going to see some movement between now and Sunday. We'll see a bit of movement. So I do like the over here, 51.5. I'm going to go with the over. I will take that. That's my recommended play. Client play, I'll have that available, like I said, for this game later on tonight or tomorrow. The client play for Sunday. Keep an eye out for that. So we're going to get to the player props for this one here. See which is the recommended player prop for this game. This is Buffalo and Carolina. So you see passing yards. We're looking at. I'm gonna go with Josh Allen over 1.5 receptions. I think he gets two touchdowns. Josh Allen. Same with Trevor Lawrence, 2 touchdowns. I like both of those over 1.5 TDs. I like Josh Allen over 21.5 TDs. I'm sorry, over 21.5 pass completions. Excuse me. Josh Allen over 21.5 pass completions. I like that one there. That's another prop I like. Receiving yards. Do the receptions. I do like Khalil Shakur over 4.5 receptions for Buffalo. On the Jacksonville side, I do like Jacoby Myers over 4.5 receptions. I like that one there. That's the only thing that stands out to me for the receptions. That's all that stands out for me. Receiving yards, I would take Khalil Shakur over 44.5 receiving yards. I like that one. I do like Parker Washington over 50.5 receiving yards for Jacksonville. And I like Dalton Kincaid in this game over 37.5 receiving yards. I like those two. Those ones stand up for me. Let's take a look at this game further. See if I see anything that stands out. See anything here. That's it. So that's all I like for this game. That's it. Nothing else for the props. Let me see if I see the rushing attack, rushing yards. Let's take a look at that here. Rushing yards. We're gonna look at rush attempts. We're gonna look at Josh Allen over 7.5 rush attempts. Look for him to get up to be on the move with the ball, scrambling, get yards. Rush attempts. I look at James Cook over 18.5 rush attempts. That's another good one. So you got two right there. Rushing yards. I'm going to say Josh Allen over 38.5 rushing yards. And James Cook over 79.5 rushing yards. He's capable of breaking big yards, making a small play into a big game on the ground. So I like the James Cook over rushing yards, 79.5. Josh Allen, 38.5 rushing yards. I guess he's a James Cook is a game changer. So I look for him to have a big game on Saturday. And that's it for the props for this game. So I've already gave you my play on the total and the props, the top prop plays. Next, we're going to go to San Fran and Philadelphia. Take a look at that now. San Fran, Philadelphia. This one here. This one here opened up. Let's take a look. Opened up at 46. Opened up 46 total. That's it. Totals of 46. Philadelphia favored 3.5. This one's coming all the way down up to 5.5 now. And the total is at 44. Down to 44. I may have a client play on this game. I'm not sure yet. Still looking into that client play from San Fran and Philadelphia. Nothing on that yet. I might have something. But I will give you a recommended play. But we will check the injury report for this game. The football game, we have check the Philadelphia side first. Jalen Phillips, linebacker, is questionable this Sunday with a leg issue. Lane Johnson's tackle knee, also questionable to play Sunday versus San Fran. Dallas Goedert, tight end, with a knee issue, is also questionable to play against San Fran. As for the 49ers, Tatum Bethune, linebacker, out for the season with a groin issue. Dean Winters, linebacker, ankle, questionable to play Sunday at Philadelphia. Trent Williams, tackle, hamstring, is also questionable to play Sunday at Philadelphia. Ricky Purcell, wide receiver, knee, questionable to play this Sunday. So that's it there. We're going to take a look at what the public and sharps are for this game. This is San Fran and Philadelphia. So public is all over. Well, it's a bit split, 50-50 in this one. So bit of resistance on the side, 50-50. However, the total, we're seeing a lot of under money in the San Fran Philadelphia game. Let's check the weather forecast for this game in Brotherly Love to see what's happening there. Probably possibly some rainbows. We'll verify that. That's on Sunday. This will be sunny. Sunny will be sunny on Sunday. Sunny, 4 degrees on Sunday in Philadelphia. Let's take a look at this game further here. What's going on? All right, so for me in this game, I'm going to look at I'm going to take a look at Philadelphia. I like Philadelphia at minus 4.5. I don't trust San Fran here. I know San Fran's won in there before, but I don't trust them. I don't trust San Fran this time around. I just don't trust them. Again, it's due to San Fran having a lot of injuries. They're just trying to fill in the gaps with certain players out of the lineup. I don't think their reserved players or backup players are that good, especially against a team like Philadelphia on the road. I got to take Philadelphia here. I got to leave the 4.5. I don't see San Fran competing in this game. They're just too banged up, and I don't see I don't see this game being that close, to be honest with you. So I got to take San Fran and leave the 4.5. That's my thoughts on that. Not sure if this will be a client play. I've not decided yet, but if it is, you got it first here. Minus 4.5 San Fran. That's the way I'm going to go on this one. So now we're going to go from that, and we are going to go to the player props for this game. Check the player props right now, and we're going to look at passing yards. I like Jalen Hurts over 1.5 TDs. I like Jalen Hurts over 1.5 TDs. I look for him to have a big game. So I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like Jalen Hurts there. Pass completions, I like Jalen Hurts over 19.5 pass completions. I like that. That's it there. So the receiving yards, I'm going to look at the receptions. And I will say I like A.J. Brown, 5.5 receptions. I like A.J. Brown there. I just don't think the San Fran defense can. I don't see the San Fran defense containing A.J. Brown. There's just too much injuries for San Fran on both sides of the ball, especially defensively. I just don't see them. I don't see them containing A.J. Brown. So I like A.J. Brown 5.5 receptions. I think you can clear that. I like Devonta Smith over 4.5 receptions as well. I expect those guys to have a big game. On the San Fran side, got to look at Juwan Jennings over 3.5 receptions. So that's what stands out there. Now receiving yards, I'm going to look at Kittle. George Kittle's been in and out of the lineup, so I'm not going to touch him. He's been in and out of the lineup. I have to look at Dallas Goedert over 39.5 receiving yards. I like Dallas Goedert there. I think he's very good after the catch. He's very reliable, so I like him there. Wintake off of A.J. Brown over 66.5 receiving yards. This is the time he shines because this is the playoffs. When the playoffs come around, I think this is the time that A.J. Brown's going to shine. So over 66.5 receiving yards for A.J. Brown. That's for Philadelphia. On the San Fran side, I would look at. They'll have to rely on Christian McCaffrey. So McCaffrey 45.5 receiving yards as well. That's probably the big one because he's gonna have to rely on him. San Fran's gonna stay in this game, so I would take that. That's probably it for the receiving yards. Rushing props. I'm gonna go with Saquon Barkley over 18.5 rush attempts. And on the San Fran side, I would look at Christian McCaffrey 17.5 rush attempts. Like I said, they got to get McCaffrey involved if San Fran's going to have a chance in this game. So rush attempts is going to be important for Saquon and McCaffrey. I think they go over the rush attempts, rushing yards. I would say I would look at Saquon 79.5 rushing yards. I think he clears that. I don't think San Fran can stop him. They're just going to feed him the ball the whole time. So I'll say Saquon over 79.5 rushing yards. I'm going to go with that. For the 49ers, I will look at. I wouldn't talk you off of McCaffrey 57.5 rushing yards. I wouldn't talk you off of that. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it for the rushing yards. That's it for that. That's it. Nothing else on the rushing yards. That's all I'm going to say about that. So I've covered the props, the player props there. Just to remind you guys, when I do player props, I only cover the offensive player props. I don't do the defensive player props. I only cover the offensive player props, just in case you're wondering. All right, so we completed that game already. We're finished with that. This is with San Fran and Philadelphia. We've done that game. So we're going to go next to the other matchup. We'll take a look at New England and the Chargers. That's what we're going to look at. This one here, I'll get to where everything opened up, where it started opening up at. We'll get to that now. This one here. Chargers, 3.5 New England. 3.5 New England. Total 45.5. That's what it opened up at. Not much movement on the side. It's still 3.5. And we're seeing 46. The total went for 46. That's pretty much it there. But nothing on the side. It's pretty quiet there. We are going to look at the injury report for this game. So on the New England side, we'll check the Chargers. We'll do the Chargers first. Denzel Perryman, linebacker. He's already serviced his suspension. He's going to be available for this game at New England. Dante Jackson, cornerback, has ankle issues. So he is questionable to play this Sunday, 50-50. Jamari Saylor. He's an offensive lineman, has hamstring issues. He's also questionable for this game on Sunday. Nico Reed, quarterback, has hamstring issues. He is questionable to play Sunday in this game as well. So the Chargers, we go from there to New England, the Patriots. Jared Wilson he's a center, but he has a concussion. He's still questionable to play in this game. Chris Tonga, defensive lineman. He has foot issues, so he is questionable to play this game. He is questionable playing this game on Sunday. We do have Harold Landry, linebacker, knee issues. He's also questionable playing this game Sunday. So we are going to check where the public and sharps are for this game. That's the Chargers and New England. So I have a client play. There is a client play for this game, but play I want to give you here. I do have a client play for this one, like I said. So let's get to where the public and sharps are first. Public all over New England, and they're on the over. So that's it there. So for me, I'm going to look at, let's see here. Let's take a look at it one more time. Yeah, I agree with the public here. So for me, my recommended play, and I agree with the public, I like New England on the 3.5. It hasn't moved much as of yet. I expect this line to start moving towards game time by Saturday, Sunday. You'll see a bit of more movement. It has not moved really since it opened up. But I expect the bettors to get involved in this game, and I like New England is here 3.5. They're more of a balanced team, New England, and they have their quarterback in play. They have their star wide receiver. So he's more of a balanced team to me, New England. They look sharp, look very well. They played very well in the last few games. So I like New England here. There's going to be a client play for this game. I will have one. It's not up as of yet, but I will have a client play for this game. But the recommended play is New England. I'm sorry, recommended play. Yeah, the recommended play is New England. I agree with the public. That's the recommended play. And we're going to look at now the player prop of this game. Take a look at that right now. So player props here. Passing yards. I like Drake May here. Passing yards, I like Drake May over 242 and a half passing yards. I like that. I do like Drake May over 20 and a half pass completions. I like that one as well. Those are my plays for the passing. Receiving receptions, I would look at Stephon Diggs over 4.5 receptions. I look for him to have a big game. I like Stephon Diggs there. I do like Demario Douglas over 1.5 receptions. On the San Diego side, I would take Ladd McConkey over 3.5 receptions. Keenan Allen over 3.5 receptions. So I would take those ones there. Receiving yards, I'm going to look at Hunter Henry over 44.5 receiving yards. I do like Ladd McConkey over 39.5 receiving yards. I'm not going to talk you off of Stephon Diggs. That seems like a popular one over 52.5 receiving yards. I'm personally not going to play it, but I would talk you off of it. That's it for the receiving yards and receptions. Now we're going to look at the rushing props. Rushing attempts, we're going to look at Ramondre Stevenson over 8.5 rush attempts. I like that one. And for New England, Drake May over 5.5 rush attempts. Rushing yards, I would take Travion Henderson over 54.5 rushing yards. I like that one there. And that's it for this game. Nothing else to add for this game at all. That's it. That's all I have. Nothing else for this one that I had. That's it. Nothing else to add here. We gave you a recommended play, and we gave you some props. That's all I have. I'm going to have a client play with this game. So that's all I have right now. And then we're going to get to the sixth and final game. So the sixth and final game is Houston at Pittsburgh. So we're going to get to where this line opened up and where it started at. That's Houston, Pittsburgh. So we have it opened up -3, total 39.5. Still staying steady at -3. Do you see the total? I didn't put the total. It's supposed to be 39. I didn't put the total. I have to add that. I apologize, folks. Let me add that. I didn't add that. I don't know why I didn't put that in. It should be 39. 30. It should be 38. It's 38 now. So it opened up. So it did open up 39.5 -3. Still staying at -3. No movement on the side. But we are seeing the total drop from 39.5 to 38. It's come down to 38.5, 38. So that's where we're seeing it right now. We're going to take a look at the injury report for the injuries for this game. On the Houston side, take a look at the Houston. Let's see here. Houston side, we got Jamal Hill, linebacker. Calf issues, questionable to play on Monday at Pittsburgh. Trent Brown, offensive lineman, ankle, also questionable to play in this game. As for the Steelers, DK Metcalf has already served his suspension. He will be playing in this game. Darnell Washington, tight end, out for the season. That's pretty much it for this game. I don't have no client plan on this game at all. I have no client plan on this game as of yet. I'm going to change down there. But I have nothing on this game. So what can I recommend in this game for recommendation purposes? Actually, let me look. Before I get into that, let me let's tell you where the public and sharps are for this game. I forgot to mention that. So public is all over Houston, and they're on the under in this game. They're on the under in Houston. So that's the recommended play here. That's what they're on now. So look into this one further. Take a look at this now. Yeah, so we're going to take a look at that now. This one is in Pittsburgh. I didn't really. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look here. I might have a client plan this game. I'm not sure, but for now, I would look at. I'm going to take Pittsburgh in the first half. I look at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's at home. I take Pittsburgh in the first half, plus 1.5. I like Pittsburgh in the first half. That's what I'm going to go with. I like the Steelers first half. Again, Houston's got a very good. They got one of the top defenses in the league. I understand Houston's defense is top tier. But for this game here, this game's on the road. Steelers have a lot of momentum coming off the win against Baltimore. They got a lot of momentum going into this game. So does Houston. Houston's won. Lord, they have won 9 games in a row. Pittsburgh is coming off that big win against Baltimore. I'm going to take Pittsburgh in the first half. Home field is very important in this game. I got to take the Steelers at least in the first half. I know Houston's defense is dominant, but Steelers got that mystique at home. They got that mystique at home. So you can't count that out. And when you got Aaron Rodgers on your side, you always got a chance. So I got to take him at least in the first half. I'm not sure about the full game, but at least in the first half. Plus the 1.5. So I would recommend that. I take it at least in the first half. I know the last few games they've gotten off to slow starts, especially the last game against Baltimore got off to a slow start. But I think in this game here, they're going to get off to a better start. I like him in the first half. I'm going to take the plus 1.5 Pittsburgh first half. That's the way I'm going to go. For that, that's the recommended play. I might get involved. I'm not sure. I might get involved in this game. I've not decided yet. As of not as yet for a client play. That's it for this game here. But for the player props, we're going to look at this now. We look at. We're going to say Aaron Rodgers over. I'm going to lean Aaron Rodgers over 20.5 pass completions. Is this a lean? Not sure if I'm going to recommend this or not because I said Houston's defense is very good. So this is just a lean over 20.5 pass completions to Aaron Rodgers. Not sure if I'm going to get there with that, but it's just a lean for now. Receiving props. I like Dalton Schultz for Houston over 4.5 receptions. That's a good one. Nico Collins, of course, 4.5 receptions. That's it for the Houston side. Pittsburgh. Pat Fairmouth, very good, very reliable tight end. Over 3.5 receptions. Pat Fairmouth. That's it for the receptions. I would take a look at Jonnu Smith over 1.5 receptions as well. You never know. Aaron might find him out of the backfield or wherever. So I would take a chance on that. Rushing props. I like Kenneth Gainwell over 7.5 rush attempts. I like that one there. Of course, Woody Marks over 15.5 rush attempts is a good one. Rushing yards, I would look at C.J. Stroud over 12.5 rushing yards. I like that one. That's a good one. That one stands out to me. That's pretty much it for the props. That's all. That stands out for me. Nothing else to add to this game. So we've gone through all 6 games of the NFL. I have nothing else to add, nothing else to say for these games. As I mentioned earlier, If you want my client play for $7, it is available until midnight tonight. Go to sportsmobile.com, add the sports picks, and you can see right there it's a $7 play that I have at sportsmobile.com. It'll be in the description below. You'll see that there. $7 Fridays up until midnight Eastern Standard Time. That play will be available tonight. Take advantage of that play. Nothing else to add, nothing else to say about that. But what we have, I will have some more client plays, like I said, for this upcoming weekend for the games. There will be some client plays that will be up and available late tonight or early tomorrow morning. You'll see some client plays. I'll have that available. So check that out as well. Go to sportsmobile.com, add the sports picks for oddslogic.com. We have the line moves, totals, and the injury report. Check that out. Covers all professional sports leagues, so you want to check that out. And as well, I am number one in the last 30 days in the NFL. Number one in the last 30 days in the NFL, so you want to check me out for that client play for this weekend, especially the $7 play. One, we have a single bet for $7. Check that out. It's one of my solid plays. It's a 5% play. It's another thing too. This is a 5% $7 play at sportsmobile.com. So this is a very big play for $7, a 5% play. This is available until midnight tonight. So go to sportsmobile.com. It will be available. So take advantage of that. Great opportunity to jump on board on that. That will be available. Again, nothing else. Again, I'll have some plays this weekend. I'm trying to put some plays up this weekend for college basketball and the NHL. Again, last 3 days of the NHL, 5-4 in the NHL last three days. So we're in third place in the NHL, top in the NHL last 3 days. Had a 3-2 record. Had a 3-2 day in the NHL yesterday. Had a decent back in the NHL. Did pretty well there. So jump on board. I'll have some NHL picks for the weekend. I'm trying to get some NHL picks on the weekend. Try to put some stuff together and have some picks available for the NHL this weekend. So just take a look at that. Nothing else to add, nothing else to say about this. That's it. If you care to follow my picks, it's up to you. Again, I just look at the games, make my assessment, and make my choice, and then I make my picks from there. Good luck to you guys. Let's have a profitable and winning weekend in the NFL and all other sports. Let's hit some winners, cash these tickets, so we can increase our bankroll and have a profitable weekend. All right, so nothing else to add, nothing else to say. Good luck. Stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Good luck to you guys. Again, let's have a big weekend. Nothing else to say, nothing else to add. Again, $7 Fridays. I have a client play in the Rams and Carolina game, so jump on board for that. It's a 5% play, number one last 30 days in the NFL. Check me out on sportsmobile.com. I have the sports picks. I am going to be, I have that play up. It's up right now until midnight tonight. And one other thing I wanted to say before I let you guys go for the day, sportsmobile.com, we do have a special as well going on. It is 26% off of everything in store. 26% off everything. We have that available now. That's a special right now. 26% off everything. So you want to check that out. It's the biggest sale of the year. 26% off everything. So use code NEW26. Use code NEW26. Biggest sale of the year. Take 26% off everything. Use code NEW26. Take advantage of that. Get on board with that. Again, it's NEW26. All right, so take advantage of that. We have that. It's one of our biggest sales of the year. Jump on board with that. All right, so take care of yourself. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. Have a great weekend, guys. And let's hit some winners. Peace and love. Take care.